everybody. Welcome back to the Manny and Show. Manny Show.
Welcome back to the Manny and Show Sean experience.
Welcome back to the Manny and Sean
We're not drunk from last night's
Experience
Super Bowl.
podcast. No, because I did not drink alcohol.
That's true.
Welcome to episode 108. And yeah, glad to have you here. We hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourself, as we always like to say here, because we got to take care of ourselves, right?
You do have to take care of yourselves.
How are you, Sean?
I am great.
All right. Thank you for that in-depth coverage.
I'm good.
Kick it back to the desk.
It's the start of a new week, and those can be challenging.
Yes.
But we're working through those challenges. We're going to roll with the punches and do the best that we can. We're going to take accountability for things. And
that's very pointed.
It was a little pointed.
Not at me, though.
Also, my back is in a little bit of pain. But we're here.
That's great. Thank you for showing up to work today.
Oh, you're very welcome. How are you doing, Manny?
I am riding high. I got my Bad Bunny gear on. If you're not watching us on YouTube, why aren't you? But I have the camera from his residency in Puerto Rico. I got it on. And then, I got the little flag here for Puerto Rico as well. I feel like I'm out of press hearing or something of the government. And yeah.
Is the press interviewing you? Or you're interviewing
I am the dignitary.
So the press is interviewing you?
Yeah, that part.
Okay, because that's what I asked.
I am, but I'm doing great. And I am literally very high off of the Bad Bunny concert from yesterday.
Oh, Lord Jesus, get us through this. Yes, we are recording this today after Super Bowl Sunday. Oh, we can't say it. The big game Sunday.
El Tazón.
And if you didn't know, the Seattle Seahawks were playing the New England Patriots.
And I'm pissed as hell that I kept saying the Seattle Seahawks are going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not put a bet. I'm mad I did not bet on the game because I probably didn't have to go to work today.
There was a lot of animal predictions that the Seahawks were going to win. I saw something on TV where they put a tarantula down and he picked the Seahawks.
The rhino here in our own Busch Gardens, Tampa, picked the Seattle Seahawks.
Guess you should have bet on the Seahawks.
I should have bet on them. I kept saying it. And there was only one moment of that football game where I said, maybe it was a good thing I didn't.
Did y'all notice how many gambling app ads there were? I just feel like it's a trap to get people caught up and broke.
That's why Sean didn't let me bet. But I was just literally trying to bet on the game.
Mm-hmm. And then you would have been like, ooh, FSU was playing Miami. I should bet on FSU.
Ooh, that's a terrible combination because Florida State wasn't very good this year either. But anyways, this is not about...
It's not about...
We're here for the Benito ball. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
There's been a lot, and I mean a lot of talk about this halftime show ever since Bad Bunny was named as the headliner. Everything from, but it's an American show, to, what do you mean ain't gonna be no English? It's just been all over the place. There's been a lot of people excited for the show because they know how good Bad Bunny is and he puts on a good show. And then there's been the other side. So much so that they decided they're going to have their own halftime show, if you can call it that.
The All-American
Rejects
halftime show on Turning Point USA.
Cool, girl. Cool. Y'all do whatever y'all do over there. Meanwhile, the rest of the world...
We won't be talking about that here.
I ain't seen nobody talk about that yet.
That's bad.
But
I saw somewhere they only have 5 million viewers. So I don't know. But if you wanted to watch Kid Rock, I really hope you enjoyed it.
Who? Name a song.
Oh,
Besides
David
bang
sings?
did the bang the bang the bang bitty bitty.
I forgot about that. Anyways,
Is that his song?
I don't know.
I think that's his song.
I don't really keep up with Kid Rock like that.
I don't either. I
I
barely knew
honestly
he
thought
was
he was
alive.
dead.
Same.
But I knew he was very upset about Bud Light.
Anyway, this is about Benito.
The Benito Bowl.
So, the first half of the game was very uneventful.
It was a very sleepy first half.
It was just field goals, right?
It was Seattle. They scored, I believe, 6 points. It was just the slowest first half of a football game I have ever seen in my life.
And not that I'm like the biggest football fan, but I was sitting there like,
yeah, the second half of the game really picked up, but only because Benito encendió la tarima. Bam, 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 bam.
Yes. So it finally came down to showtime. I love the artwork, the pre-artwork before. I say artwork, but it was a little shot. There was a guy playing dominoes. There was a little girl across the street. There was a Bad Bunny mural. She was kicking the ball. And then we switched to Benito from behind, walking onto the field.
Yeah, it was very interesting. He just casually walked onto the field. I'm like, oh, we're starting like this. You're so used to. I mean, Rihanna came flying out of the sky, didn't she?
Lady Gaga. She jumped out of a plane, right? Or she jumped off a building.
She jumped off the top of the stadium.
Yeah.
And Katy Perry came out like some Tyrannosaurus Rex or something like that.
What's a horse?
Look at that horse. Look at that horse. Look at that horse. Anyways, back to Benito Bowl. But yes, I mean, this show is not only special for him and his career. I mean, this is pinnacle in his career. And again, this man has only been in the game 10 years. Like, let that sink in. I picked the wrong career. But anyways.
You were going to be a rapper?
I don't know.
Spit something for me.
Oh, no. We ain't going to do that. But it was important for all the Latino American community because it was so much more than just about Puerto Rico. It's about seeing somebody who speaks like us on one of the greatest stages, which, again, we've talked about here before, equality, representation. When you can see yourself, you can believe it.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Which was another part of the show.
Yes,
we'll get to it.
So, I mean, just to see my culture specifically on TV was just, I fought a lot of tears as I was watching it.
I looked over at you because we had friends over, and I could tell that you wanted to cry.
I did.
But you did.
I was like, keep it together, keep it together.
I don't think everybody would have been very supportive. We have supportive friends.
We do. But still, I was like, this bitch ain't gonna cry in front of these people.
I cried during the Amazon show at the end of it.
You did?
I did.
What Amazon? Oh, the Bad Bunny. Yes, we were both boo-hooing like a bunch of little girls. Yeah. And Sean didn't even understand what was happening.
I just felt it.
So yes, big for the communities, big for all the Spanish-speaking communities. So the show opened with introduction, Benito Ocasio Martinez. There's another name in there. I cannot remember it. It's 4 names. Can you Google that for me? So the show opened with a cinematic transformation of the sugarcane fields that are so in Puerto Rico, when the Jibaros would be out there cutting down the sugar canes in the fields. So it was a nod to that industry on the island. And Bad Bunny comes out dressed in all white, which is again a hint to the Jibaro clothing of back in the day, where they wore all white with the straw hats. So he was giving you that energy, And then he starts walking through the maze where there's farmers that are actively working. And then he starts with his hit from 2002 called
Titi Me Pregunta.
Titi Me Pregunto, which was, I think, spot on because it's probably one of his most known songs in America, I would say, probably, or crossover to English. Because, like, you go ask for a Bad Bunny song, and they're like, okay, I got Titi Me Pregunto. And I'm just like, okay, but he's got so much more than that. And then he walks through that field as he's singing that. He's surrounded by a couple things that are very common in Puerto Rico, which is the elders playing dominoes out on the streets, at the stores, and then piraguas, which are shaved ice, which is also very popular in Puerto Rico, but also, which is a hint in his new album, back to New York, because New York has such a big population of Puerto Rican culture that it's, some of those images are translatable between Puerto Rico and New York.
Yeah.
As he opened that show, because I remember once walking through the Bronx, they were playing dominoes on the streets.
I got all the names now.
Okay, dale, papi.
Benito, Antonio, Martinez, Ocasio.
I think I forgot the Martinez.
Okay.
But that's how it opened. It opened up with a pre-recorded segment, and then he goes into the field and starts that.
Yes.
What did you think about the opener?
I thought it was great when I saw what we were doing, especially when I saw the little grass people running onto the field. And then to see the pre-recorded opening, I was like, okay, we're about to get something special. Not that I doubted it, but I was like, this is a good start.
Yeah. The grass people. And then we transitioned immediately to the casita, which is, it was a big part of his residency in Puerto Rico. And he's actually now on tour, and it's appearing again on tour. But the casita is very remnant of homes in Puerto Rico, which is why, again, was big in his residency and also very big in this show, in this album. So when we say he was bringing the culture from Puerto Rico, the culture was on display. Like, if you've never been to the Caribbean, like, that house is probably not recognizable to you and how it's built. And for us being from the Caribbean, well, not you, me being from the Caribbean.
My ancestors are from the Caribbean.
Okay, baby. As soon as you see that house, it just takes you to where you're from. So, yeah.
Now at the casita, if you look close,
at the what? I'm sorry. Casita. You're saying quesito, which is cheese. Two different
at the
things.
casita, if you notice the camera pan, there was some celebrities there. Now, when he was doing the residency in Puerto Rico, that is where the celebrities would be. LeBron James was there.
El Alfa,
John Hamm. I was about to say that white guy, but y'all would have been like, who?
There was a bunch of celebrities that came through that
at the casita. So it was only fitting that the Super Bowl, it would be the same thing. Cardi B, Jessica Alba, Pedro Pascal,
Karol
G were there. But yeah, I thought that was cool.
And he did Yo Perreo Sola, which is one of the songs that the conservatives went crazy for, because he does
drag.
He does drag in that particular video. And then he also did another song there. It was Safada on the casita, which really shocked the hell out of me that he did that song, because yeah. It's one of his riskier songs,
He was like, they didn't learn the Spanish. I told them to learn, and they didn't learn it, so I'm going to just be up here saying what I want to say.
He didn't say it, though.
I know he didn't say it.
But he said, si tu novio no te mama el culo. Ta, ta, ta. Anyways, I'm not translating that for y'all. And then from there, we transitioned then to...
He fell through the roof.
He fell through the roof, which was obviously pre-recorded.
Yes.
And then he goes out the house, right?
Yeah, he kicks the door, and then Cardi B was like on the other side of the
Right.
door.
And then there was a nod there. If if you're not from Puerto Rico and you don't know, there was some nods there to um, big people in the industry of reggaeton, but back in the day, like there was I heard some Don Omar, there was some Daddy Yankee with probably his most famous song ever.
But he don't sing that no more.
But he don't sing that no more
because he found the Lord.
He has given his life to the Lord.
And
I said, okay, that's weird.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Do you?
But that was special, and I think if you're Latino, you pick that up quickly. It wasn't just a beat thrown in there; there was meaning in that particular section.
Yeah.
And then it pivoted to a wedding,
and I was like, "Wait a minute." I was like, "Is this from one of his music videos?" And then it seemed kind of. That man seemed like a real aficionado.
Oh, just by looking at him, you're like, oh, he's real.
He looked for official.
He don't look AI.
No, he don't.
I feel official.
He was official.
This hair makes me feel official.
But yes, there was a wedding happening, and it turns out it was a real wedding.
Yes, but it is kind of a picture right out of one of his music videos.
Right, which is what I thought. I don't know which video.
No me quiero casar.
Okay.
So it is kind of pulled reminiscence of that, but it was a real wedding. And how that came about was this couple invited Bad Bunny to their wedding. And Bad Bunny said, bet, I got one bigger for you. Get married in the Super Bowl.
How many people can say that they've gotten married at the Super Bowl?
Them.
Like on the field, halftime. You could get married outside of a stadium, sure, but like no one would be able to say that again, probably.
So it was that, and then Bad Bunny departs, and here are these beautiful dancers, singer and dancers, every shade of Latino, because we come in different shades. In case nobody knew, we go all the way from pale white to all the way looking black,
to dark skin.
And that is something people don't seem to realize either. But as the dancers part, who is standing at the end of that stage?
My jaw dropped because before me was Lady Gaga, and I was like, I didn't see that coming.
Now,
at all.
Bad Bunny absolutely loves Lady Gaga. Oh yeah, shout out Bad Bunny, like your Grammys. Anyways, that happened too. But it's been a great week for Bad Bunny.
It has been a great week for Bad Bunny.
But Lady Gaga, and I know he loves her. He has gone to her concerts, and I'm not talking sneaking up into like a VIP press box. I'm talking about he got the tickets and he was standing or sitting within fandom. All right, people have taken pictures of him. Google it. I mean, so he loves Lady Gaga. When I saw her, I said, "Oh shit, the song!" I'm like, they finally did the song. I thought it was gonna be like a first release. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
But
it took me a minute to realize what she was singing.
I need the salsa version of that song released ASAP though.
So she was singing the song she does. Her and Bruno Mars have together. If the world was in, what is it? I'd rather die with
a smile.
Yes, die with a smile.
If the world was ending, I wanna be next to you.
And that's cute. But this remix, this Bad Bunny remix is what I need to be released onto Spotify.
ASAP. Like drop the bitch. Like it should have been out after the Super Bowl.
Right. Now, do you realize that when he was at the Grammys and she came up to him and touched him on the shoulder, she already knew?
Bitch.
She already knew. She was going to be at the Super Bowl performing with him.
She probably like, Benito, see you next week, okay? I got to go. My car's here, but I'll see you for rehearsals, okay?
But another part that you brought out to me was that also Bruno Mars is half Puerto Rican and half Filipino. So it also fits.
Yeah, and he wrote that song with Lady Gaga. So another nod to a Puerto Rican artist. Well, yes, he's Puerto Rican too. Doesn't matter what your percentage is. So I thought that was special. Maybe there was no correlation there of that particular song, but
But it fits.
Out of all the Lady Gaga songs, I mean, you can turn any song into salsa.
Alejandro, well, maybe not.
I mean, Bad Bunny has turned plenty of his rap songs into salsa.
True.
So I think there was some meaning behind that selection of songs. What do you think?
I do too. Other than the fact that if there was going to be a surprise, we're all thinking like Latino artists, right?
Yeah.
Nobody was thinking like Lady Gaga.
I wasn't thinking Lady Gaga at all.
But it just fits because we were like, when are they going to do a song together? But I never thought they'd be doing the Super Bowl together.
Yep. And then one thing on her dress, there was meaning behind that too. The shade of blue of her dress is, as you can see here, if you're watching on YouTube, and you should, is the color blue. That blue is the original blue of the Puerto Rico flag before it was colonized by the United States, and they switched the color to the dark blue to reminisce or show off like the American flag as well. And then she also had a flower, La Flor de Maga, which is the national flower of Puerto Rico, adorned on her dress. So, I mean, every little detail of this performance had a meaning. There's a part in that wedding where Bad Bunny goes and wakes up the kid. Wake up, mijo. And it's like, Latino people know, like, when we were kids, our parents dragged us to all these parties we didn't want to go to, and we would be sleeping somewhere down the hallway, on a bed, on a couch, on a floor. We would find somewhere to go to sleep because we was tired. And that was just a touch of like, if you knew, you knew, I think.
Yeah, definitely was.
Then we moved into the block party of the show, which is where he fell back, right?
Yeah, so he dove back.
Yeah, he's crowd surfing
from the roof and fell into the crowd.
And then that's where the song Nueva York came on. And then there was the settings there meant things as well. Again, remember New York has some of the what is it called? Has the most Puerto Ricans living in New York. So our culture there again is vibrant.
Yes.
As Puerto Rico, and that was reminiscent to the places in New York that are common with Puerto Rico. The social club. I'm drawing a blank.
I think it was the social club.
I'm drawing a blank.
But yeah, there were a lot of references to New York. The dancers were dancing. And I mean, they were hitting them 8 counts. Yes. There was one scene where the 2 boys were grinding on each other, and of course, people have had issues with that. But I love the representation.
Love the representation. Tonita, the owner of the Caribbean Social Club, a famous Puerto Rican social club in Williamsburg, made a special appearance during the show.
She was the lady that he got the shot from.
Yes, correct. And they also said here that the release of his Un Verano Sin Ti album celebrated the release of his album at the social club and fundraised to help her business stay afloat. So
we love that. Elmo was right. He should be called Good Bunny.
He should be called Good Bunny. And then we went to the mountaintop, which was also reminiscent of his residency in Puerto Rico, where he had a mountaintop. The gentleman that's actually playing cuatro, I think it's el cuatro, instrumentation from the island. He played that part at the top of the mountain in the residency in Puerto Rico, and then on the opposite side of the stage is where they had the album cover of the 2 plastic chairs and the palm trees.
So we pan up from this man and we see some feet and some legs.
Yeah, I was referencing Puerto Rico, so I may have confused people there.
Okay.
But anyways, that I was just trying to get at that piece of the residency was then recreated at the Super Bowl. Then as we raise up through the palms and sugar canes.
Yes, we see some feet and some legs, and then a powerful voice and it is none other than Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin. And again, that was that creation from the stage of the two chairs, which in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of meaning behind that. You know, talking about community and everyone always being outside, sitting on these raggedy ass chairs and being with family and friends, but remnants there. And Ricky Martin, gave us a powerful
rendition of
lo que pasó en Hawaii. Lo que pasó en Hawaii.
See.
Which that song is essentially talking about what happened to Hawaii when it became a state in part of the United States, and how the islands have lost some of its cultural references and significance over the years because of American involvement on the island.
It becoming gentrified. It becoming, let's build resorts here. We're doing tours. We're eroding, taking away from beaches. Like the beauty that the land was, it lost some of its sparkle because it then became just a place for capitalism and, you know, destroying of the nature and the natural beauty of the land.
Yeah. And how powerful to have Ricky Martin sing that section, which Ricky Martin is beloved on the island from his boy band days upward to his solo career. And, you know, it was powerful. I saw the emotion in his face.
Yeah.
He was fighting tears.
But he was singing the fuck out of that song.
He sang the fuck out of that song. Quieren quitarme el río y también la playa. Yes. And I think I keep saying the song wrong. It's lo que lo.
Come on, the little owl said you got to keep trying. and try again.
This is the service announcement for don't do drugs. Lo que lo pasó a Hawaii.
Ding, ding, ding. The little owl said you could go. Do your Duolingos.
Oh, Jesus. Bad Bunny changed his outfit. One thing to note on his outfit, the number 64, there was significance there because after Hurricane Maria, the government really tried to hide
how bad it was.
And 64 were the deaths that they claimed had happened in Hurricane Maria, when in fact it was significantly higher. It was in the thousands.
Yeah, I think it was 1900 something.
So that number had a significance as well.
That's funny. Like, I've seen other things that they believe the Jersey reference, but I do believe what she said. I do believe it was a reference to that. I think I read somewhere that it was for 1964 when the Civil Rights bill had been written. Don't quote me on that one. But I had saw that as well. And I think there was another 64 that I saw. I was just like, I feel like maybe y'all may be reaching. But it could be all these things.
It could be all these things, because when you listen to his latest album, Debí tirar más fotos, the songs have lots of significance. Like, one, you may be thinking, oh, this is about a beautiful girl. But when you put it in context back to the island, you're like, oh, wow. Where he's talking about things that are going on the island throughout the song as well, in the context of relationship.
It's called layers.
And bitch, let me tell you, there's not a lot of artists that can do that. Bad Bunny in performance is layers. Just like Beyonce, yes, layers. And I can love somebody that come out here and put you on layers, besides throwing around flashy little flying things in the air and all that bullshit. Layers make me go home and be like, what did I miss in this show? Like when I left the residency, I had missed something, and it was such huge significance. Anyways, so after Papi Ricky Martin got off the stage, man, he was looking good. We transitioned to the.
You know, he 54.
Looking good.
Think it's still
looking snatched.
Get it.
It must be that Puerto Rican blood. Look at me. I mean, 42, baby. Anyways, then we transition to the section of El Apagón.
Well, yeah, there was explosions behind Ricky at the power lines.
Correct. Which the significance there is the after Hurricane Maria, well, way before Hurricane Maria, the power grid in Puerto Rico has always sucked. It is managed by a private firm from the United States of America, and their investment in the grid in Puerto Rico is shit. And after Hurricane Maria, it fucked up the grid across the entire island, and it's never really recovered on the island. So El Apagón, the blackout, is very significant to the island experiencing blackouts throughout the year. Is very, very common for them to lose power very frequently, and for it to go for weeks without power on the island, which that song really talks about that. That's why you see him climbing up the electricity poles and dressed in the Jíbaro gear, tying it back to the old days of Puerto Rico. So another way the United States of America continues to fuck the island of Puerto Rico. What do you think of that section? Because I've explained that section to you a lot throughout. Because I mean, that song was like 2 albums ago.
Yeah, so, no, I thought the imagery was great. I thought that once again, we're portraying a message, we're sending a message without being blatantly loud about it, which is layers, is what I love about him, is that he could be protesting in the most beautiful way. It is not, holding up a sign. It's not giving a middle finger to anyone. He's doing it through his artistry, which is great.
Yeah. And something I forgot to mention, he was also holding the original flag at the beginning of that segment.
Yes.
And then that's when he climbed up the power line. And then from there, I think he did La Canción Café con Ron, which was like a techno version that I'd never heard before. But I was like, okay, we taking it to the club. And then we got to the ending of the show. I realize we probably have skipped around a little bit. It was very hard to chronologicalize this show. But there was a part that I know we talked about that we haven't covered as we're heading into the end of this conversation.
So in the beginning, he's walking through the fields. He passes by the ring guy. He gets a ring. He gets to a part in the song where it's like, not for me, and gives it to the guy. He proposes. There's also a part where this family is sitting on a couch watching Bad Bunny at the Grammys, and the little boy gets up and Bad Bunny gives him the Grammy. There's been a lot of talk about that little boy being the boy that was snatched up by ICE a couple of weeks ago, but it's not that boy. It could be a reference to that. More so than that, I feel like it's a reference to telling other Puerto Ricans or Latinos or people of color that this can be you too, like passing it on to the next generation. Even though I know Bad Bunny isn't done, it's just, look how far I've come and you can do the same thing. Which brings me back to another part, is when he was holding the ball and talking to the camera.
That's at the end.
Okay. I'll wait then. But yeah, I just thought that
actually, it's transitioning into that.
Okay. He's talking about the whole reason that he is there is because he believes in himself. And then he says, you should believe in yourself too. And it's just, I find all his shows to be very emotional and very powerful. One, because he's very grateful and he's very gracious. He's always thanking the audience for supporting him and being his fans, and he feels very humbled by all of this. But it's also in how he gives back to his community, how he is an advocate for the LGBTQ, and was like I say again, he does it through actions. It's not speak. It's in the music. It's in his artistry, but he also does actions to back that stuff up. So yeah, I wanted to mention that moment because so many people have talked about it, but it's also once again another layered message within this performance.
Yeah, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't understand the language. But I mean, when I tell you he's always overly appreciative to all his fans, and like he sits down at the end of the stage most shows and he will give words of wisdom and about believing in yourself and doing better. It's just, it's wild that he does that. And he brought that message onto the greatest stage as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, great for translation. And like Sean said, he has the foundation back in Puerto Rico, which is the Good Bunny Foundation, which is a non-profit that he works with underprivileged families and unrepresented families back on the island.
So he is a good bunny.
He is a good bunny, like Elmo said. And then from that transition of giving words of wisdom to everybody, flags start appearing from the fields, and the first couple of ones, I feel like I'm right in saying this, look to be the other territories that are owned by the United States. The United States flag was there, the Puerto Rico flag, and then essentially all the Americas flags were
South America, Central America.
All of the Americas.
All of the Americas.
What a powerful moment to have all that cultural representation. Then at the end, he says, but most importantly, my home, Puerto Rico. What did the ball say? I forgot what the ball said.
Together we are America.
Together we are America. Something that our friends over at
Turning Point
USA should embody, considering they're such, quote, patriots, end quote.
You know, if they had tuned in and had an open mind and had Google Translate on, they might have learned something.
They might have learned a lot.
They might have learned something. Like, yeah, there were messages throughout, from start to finish. There was messages that, once again, we're not blatant, we're not in your face, we're not over the top. It was just, this is what America is. We speak different languages here. We come in different sizes, we come in different shapes, we come in different shades. We're all still Americans at the end of the day. Nothing separates us. This land, which really isn't ours to begin with, but we all live here.
We're all immigrants on stolen land.
We are.
I mean, if you want to not believe in history,
well,
I mean, you can Google some of those maps, and Mexico was much further up into the United States of America, and there was a war there that took land. So, but anyways, this is not a history lesson for you.
I mean, Bad Bunny did kind of give you a history lesson. He did give us a history
lesson. He really, really did. I just loved that he showed our culture, and then at the end, I know we talked about it already, but you saw all those people wearing like white outfits, which are some of the traditional dressings that you would wear back in the early ages of Puerto Rico, and it's still worn in a lot of our cultural dances that we do, and a lot of the instrumentation you saw there towards the end, or even when Lady Gaga was on, is part of our culture, or our music. Some of those guitars that you saw were specific to our culture and our music. So a lot of messages, very prideful, and I'm glad he got to do it. And I can't wait to see him in a couple months. This album is writing 2 years now.
Yeah. Well, before he left, he sang a little bit of DTMF.
He did sing a little bit of DTMF.
And I thought that was very fitting. It puts you in your feels. And I feel like he got in his feels looking back at the field, because he turned around. The camera was behind him.
He walked Just like he walked in, he walked out.
But he turned around and he gave it one more. And then he took out his earpieces, and then everybody else was singing it, and it just felt like a full circle moment.
Yep. And people went. The band was outside. They continued.
Yeah, they continued on in the parking lot.
So. Some stats for you. Early numbers. Not official yet, because I guess I have to count numbers. I don't know.
They're always increasing. Go.
The global reach of the game, football, internationally, continued gaining traction with 220 million viewers.
That's more than 5.
That was very crazy to me, actually. I couldn't believe it.
And you said it had how many at Turning Point?
I saw 5 million, and I also saw 25 million.
25 million from where?
On Turning Point.
Where did those people come from?
Across all the channels that they were broadcasting on.
Okay.
Early numbers suggest that Bad Bunny broke the viewership.
I believe that.
Highest rated NFL halftime show, squeezing over Kendrick Lamar at 135 million. Kendrick was 133 million. So definitely did exactly what the intention was, wasn't it? The NFL. I mean, they have so much merch, y'all. It is crazy how much merch they have now. Today, more merch got released, and it's more looking like the Bad Bunny outfits and the colors that he used, and then you can kind of customize it as well. So, I mean, it's ridiculous.
They knew what that was going.
Popeye is out here. They made the background of Bad Bunny's album. You know, the chairs and they put a chicken on it. They put buckets of Popeye's chicken. And let me tell you, we do love some Popeye back on the island. But, you know, on the island, Church's chicken, I think, is a little bit more popular.
Oh, my Lord. People are going to go Bad Bunny crazy now. The ones that weren't already Bad Bunny crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's already too many of us crazy. I mean, I can't even buy a pair of new shoes.
Yeah, those things were sold out. You were on the phone, and I just happened to go back to Adidas because when I checked earlier, they weren't there. And then when I checked again, they were there. But most of the sizes were already gone.
He released new shoes shortly after the Grammys, which I really loved because he's never released a high top. And I love a high top versus a low top.
Yeah.
How many times can you say the word top? And by the time I saw the email, I opened it, everything was gone. And then they threw a teaser out this morning, and they're like, oh, it's another round. But I don't know that I really like these. They're all white. And I don't have a problem with all white, but I hate when my shoes get dirty. So I like a little color that hides a little bit of the edges. So I really wanted the ones before these, but apparently there's going to be even more drops on this shoe as well.
Okay. Well, keep your Adidas alert on.
Did you watch the Super Bowl? What did you think?
Did you watch it?
Did you watch the Turning Point USA All-American halftime show? And, what's that lady you were telling me about that she said the Super Bowl wasn't white enough?
Hold on. I'm going to get her direct quote because her name is Laura Loomer. If you don't know her, that's probably for the best.
I just think, the last episode we were trying to define what a Turning Point USA All-American halftime show is. Because, like Bad Bunny said,
You ready?
Go ahead. Okay,
first of all, let me tell you who he is. Laura Loomer is a far-right political activist and close ally of that man, 47. Here's what she wrote on her post about Bad Bunny in the halftime show. The Puerto Rican superstar's halftime show wasn't white enough for her. Illegal aliens and Latin hookers twerking at the Super Bowl. Not a single white person or English translation at the Super Bowl. This isn't white enough for me, is what she said.
Got it.
Is what she posted.
So now we understand what they mean by all American halftime show.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
And I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I love that. I don't know who wrote this, but I love how petty they being at the end of this. Because they said he did speak in English at the end of the set. He said, "God bless America," and he named the countries in the Americas. So English was spoken.
And also, Lady Gaga was there.
And also, Lady
She sang in
Gaga was
English.
singing in English.
Ugh. Anyways, I just, as righteous as the MAGA are, you rather watch somebody who's talking about liking underage girls, Kid Rock, So, but we know that's the kind of folks that meddle in that pool of water.
I mean, at the end of the day, an American halftime show is a show that's played in America, and that's all that means. Bad Bunny is an American,
and there's been plenty of non-American.
Coldplay, those people are not Americans.
I mean, Rihanna technically falls into that category.
She's from Barbados.
Barbados.
But we weren't at the height of ICE just snatching babies off the street. So nobody really put up a stink about it.
Right. So all American, we know what it means, and it's real sad. That's where we're at.
It is.
But to the ones that did enjoy it and were exposed to Bad Bunny for the very first time in live, you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it.
I hope you got your life, and I hope you'll go stream his music and learn more about him and learn more about the island. He has an awesome documentary on YouTube about Puerto Rico, and I forgot who he collaborated with, but you can find it on there. You can also,
as a journalist in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you can also go watch his short with Concho about some of the other things that are happening on the island, like gentrification.
And I don't know if it's still on his YouTube, but when he first released this album, he created for each song, it was like a historical thing that was on the island. So that was, I think it's only in Spanish now that I'm thinking about it. I can't think. Anyways,
go do your Duolingos.
Do your Duolingos. And yeah, he was actually streaming like number one in the US, I think, in South America, musically. But hey, well, thanks for joining us on this episode.
We all about Bad Bunny.
Wanted to break it down, and maybe you learned something new. Maybe you didn't, because by the time this comes out, everybody else has done this.
But you came to hear it here, and remember how you got here by using MAS XP23.
Wow, that was a great pivot.
Thank you.
Oh, on point.
If you use that,
clock that.
You can find us on most social media, not X and not TikTok, but everything else.
We're still on TikTok.
Oh, we're on TikTok. Sorry, just not on X. Anyway, you can also find us on YouTube. That's where you can see our beautiful faces as we talk about Bad Bunny. See what we did there?
He's in the studio.
He's in the studio.
Benito, ¿qué tiene que decir la gente aquí? Oh, he's shy.
But yes, if you have any questions, comments, you want to fill out our little form, you can find that on Instagram.
Get that little
in
form.
The link.
You submit that little form.
Your secrets.
You spank that little form.
Tell us your confessions.
You've been
anything
naughty
you
form.
Want to tell us.
You've been such a naughty form.
What else can they find us and write to us, Manny?
I don't know. An email?
An email.
Oh, we do have an email. You can reach us at mannyandsean@gmail.com. MANN.
Okay.
MANNY. AND.
Okay.
SHAWN @gmail.com.
You did your Duolingos.
What the fuck is Duolingo? Oh, I do know what Duolingo is. Anyways, take care of yourself. We hope you had some fun with us as we talked about Benito Ocasio. No, I fucked up already. Benito Ocasio Martinez Antonio. I think I did that right.
Those were all the right words. I mean names, but they were in the wrong order.
Listen, me and him go way back. I just call him Benito. There's no need to say all those names, but there was significance there
Benito
as well.
Antonio Martinez Ocasio.
Ocasio. I think that's flipped, but
no, that's how it is.
Whatever. There was significance there in saying his full name, because I too have 4 names, but had to drop one when I moved to America
because it confuses the Americans.
Yes, they're like, "What? You have 4 names?
You're supposed to have 3.
You're supposed to have 3, maybe 2.
Maybe 2.
You don't need that 3rd name." Anyways, we're gonna get out of here, and as we love to say here,
do something good for yourself.
And then do something good for somebody else. Cuando te tuve, debí tirar más besos y abrazo las veces que pude. Ojalá que lo mío nunca se mude. All right, bye. See you on the next one.